In my previous video, I promised you to make a video where I'd show you the easiest way how to make Russian present tense. Let's call this video Russian present tense, day 1, how Russians change verbs to make present tense. I promised you to take these 50 Russian verbs, so there will be 50 days of the Russian present tense. Also, I'm gonna make videos about how to make Russian past tense. I will call them Russian past tense, day 1, day 2, and act. How Russians change verbs to make the past tense. That's why subscribe to my channel, and if you want to get to know about Russia, the Russian language, Russian culture, traditions, and sites. Hello everyone, you are on the channel What's Up Russia. My name is Radik, and I'm a native speaker of Russian and Tatar. This video is gonna be extremely easy for you because I've taken only necessary rules and put them together. All you need to do to be able to make Russian present tense is just to learn the rules and the endings by heart. After each such video, it will be easier and easier for you to make sentences of the Russian present tense. So let's dive into the intricate world. The rule number 1. There is no the present continuous tense in the Russian language. There is just the present simple. To those people who don't remember it, I am explaining. For example, people who speak English say, I'm reading now. Russians just say, I read now. If Russians need to clarify when exactly they do it, usually now, at the moment, right now, or every week, every day, they just add usually now, at the moment, or right now, or every week, or every day. For example, I listen to music right now. I eat at the moment. I play football now. I go to school every day. Or if you are on the road, you can say, I go to school right now. Alright, I hope that was clear. The rule number 2. There are невозвратные глаголы. Невозвратные глаголы. If you can't read Russian, I've prepared for you these transcriptions. Невозвратные глаголы. You can read from here. Невозвратные глаголы, non-reflexive verbs, and возвратные глаголы. Возвратные глаголы. Возвратные глаголы, reflexive verbs. By the way, my friends, I have a bunch of videos on my channel where I teach you how to read Russian. Those links will be pinned in the description or in the comments. The difference between невозвратные and возвратные глаголы. Невозвратные глаголы, non-reflexive verbs, indicate an action directed at another object or at no one. For example, I eat. I eat is translated я кушаю. Я кушаю. Я кушаю. You can read from here. I eat. Я кушаю. Of course, that means you eat food. So that means the action is directed at food, at no one. Right? And возвратные глаголы, reflexive verbs. Reflexive verbs show that the object's action is directed at himself. For example, I become, я становлюсь. I become, я становлюсь. The action is directed at myself, right? Right, я становлюсь. You can read from here. Я становлюсь. Невозвратные глаголы, non-reflexive verbs, have endings. Well, let me make it easier for you. That's better. Alright. Невозвратные глаголы, non-reflexive verbs, have endings. For я, я is translated I. You can read from here. Я, I. And endings. U, you, or ую. Ую or ую. Or ты. Ты is translated you. Ты is singular. The endings иш, ешь or ешь. Он, она, оно. Sorry. Он, она, оно. Он, она, оно is translated he, she, it. And the endings for them it, yet or йод. It, yet or йод. Мы is translated we. And the endings им, ем or йом. Им, ем or йом. Вы is translated you. To plural, we say we to a group of people or to not a well-known person. Alright, the endings. Ите, ете or йоте. Ите, ете or йоте. Они is translated they. And the endings ut or ют. That was невозвратные глаголы. And now возвратные глаголы. Give me a second, please. Возвратные глаголы. Reflexive verbs. Reflexive verbs have endings. For я is translated I. Ую or ую plus с. For example, усь or юсь or уюсь. Again, ую or ую plus с. For example, усь, юсь or уюсь. For example, становлюсь or купаюсь. Купаюсь is translated I'm swimming. Or моюсь. Моюсь is translated I'm taking a shower. For ты is translated you, singular, right? Singular. Ты, singular. And the endings ишь, ешь or ешь and plus ся. For example, ишься, ишься, ешься or ешься. For он, она, оно. For he, she, it. For he, she, it. It, yet or йод plus ся. For example, ится, едся or йодся. For мы, for we. The endings им, ем or йом plus ся. For example, имся, емся or йомся. For вы, you. To plural, to a group of people or to a not well-known person. Ите, ете, йоте plus с. For example, итесь, етесь or йотесь. For они. Они is translated they. And the endings ут, ют plus ся. For example, утся or ются. If you haven't noticed yet, the endings of невозвратные глаголы and возвратные глаголы are almost the same. Just for the endings of возвратные глаголы, we add с or ся. They are almost the same. Just here we add с, ся, 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 с, ся. All you need to do is just to learn these endings by heart. That's all. It will be easier for you to memorize them if I give you an example. As The example, let's take the Russian verb to ask. To ask is translated спрашивать, спрашивать, or просить. Спрашивать or просить. It has two meanings, спрашивать or просить. And the difference between спрашивать and просить, спрашивать means to ask a question. Просить means to ask for something. For example, to ask for a pen, to ask for a pencil, or to ask for a favor. All right, to ask, give me a second, please. That's better. That's much better. To ask, спрашивать, спрашивать. Я спрашиваю. You can read from here. Я спрашиваю. Ты спрашиваешь. Singular. Ты спрашиваешь. Please pay attention to the endings. Ты спрашиваешь. Ты спрашиваешь. Он, она, оно спрашивает. Он, она, оно спрашивает. Мы спрашиваем. Мы спрашиваем. Вы спрашиваете. Plural, right? Вы спрашиваете. Вы спрашиваете. Они спрашивают. Они спрашивают. Now about просить. Я прошу. Я прошу. Я прошу. Ты просишь. Singular. Ты просишь. Он, она, оно просит. For example, он просит, она просит, оно просит. Он просит, она просит, оно просит. Мы просим. Мы просим. Вы просите. Вы просите. Они просят. Просят. Они просят. Now write in the comments what type of verbs do these two verbs belong to. I'll check your answers and give you the right version. That's all for today. Of course, I get you, it's not so easy to memorize all these endings at once. That's why I highly recommend you to come back to this video again and again to write these rules and endings down and learn them every day. You can get the Russian language. I believe in you. I know you can do it. If this video was useful for you, please subscribe to my channel here. And also I have a channel on Telegram where I post useful things for you every day. Let's make it large. The link is on the screen. And thank you for your watching. Thank you for your time. And by tradition, I'd like to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much. When I see you all, you make me happy. Bye bye. See you next time.